It is with a heavy heart that we are doing a memorial service for a very true, wonderful FESIG brother who had been with us for years at FESIG in the background doing the work. He was our official physician, because whenever anybody in the team gets sick, here comes Boris. Good old Boris will be looking after all of us, all of his friends, his family, his relatives, everyone, regardless, without looking after himself. Unfortunately, he forgets himself, and that's why we have this huge big loss. Anyway, today is his funeral. Today is the 19th, right? From September 2024. Our dear beloved FESIG brother Boris was found dead in his bath on the 4th of August. I know it's your Swedish custom to keep the body in the deep freeze until more than a month before the funeral takes place, right, Henrik?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
If needed, yes.
Yeah. And so dear Boris was found only a day later in his bath. Found out that he died of a heart attack, isn't it, Henrik?
Most probably, yes.
Yeah, right. So it's really sad. As his very good friends, we and brothers and sisters of FESIG team, we had been noticing that he hadn't been looking after himself well. So we did tell him, but he is so altruistic in his ways, in his character, that everything else comes first and he neglects himself, unfortunately. I organized this memorial service a little bit short notice because I only learned of his funeral just some few days ago. So I have designed this memorial service. Here we are represented to read out memorial service to our beloved departed Dr. Boris Dragin. And we are presenting our tribute. So I would like to show a few pictures before we start the eulogy. This was Boris when he was attending my self-hypnosis class in Sweden, was it 2 years ago? Yes. And
yeah.
So we got Boris to turn himself into a body catalepsy plank, human plank, and we got our friend to sit on him and he didn't bend. So it shows the power of the mind. Boris is really amazing. He's very knowledgeable in a lot of areas. So there you go, you see Boris. And this is Boris. Henrik, this is the picture you sent to me, right? Would you like to describe this?
Yeah, it's in this springtime. It's on his favorite restaurant in the town where he lived in Sweden.
27th of March.
It's in March, yes.
Yeah. March. When you got together there in Gothenburg, which is quite far away from where you living in Helsingborg, right? So you were there.
Our drive. Yeah.
Oh, Boris, we miss you, Boris. That's Boris being hypnotized. And this is Boris. Sorry, it's not in the perfect order, but this is what Jerry has just sent me today, a few hours ago. No, some hours ago during the funeral service. Jerry, would you like to describe what's happening there?
It's Boris in his coffin, and there's a very pretty picture of a young Boris in front of the casket. So it's in St. Olof's Kapell at the cemetery in Gothenburg.
Oh, Boris looks so handsome.
He was.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so the next picture. This is the one sent by Jerry. Jerry, you were there as well with Britt Marie sitting next to Boris, would the two of you want to describe the occasion that you shared with him?
Hang that man.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's his favorite restaurant in Gothenburg, and they had he was studying in China and had a lot to do with China. And this restaurant is a Chinese restaurant. It's a really genuine one where they serve genuine Chinese food.
And
Actually, after the funeral today, we went there and had a dinner
oh,
in
wonderful.
memory of Boris. So we were there today.
Oh, wonderful. And this is Rick Marie.
Yeah. What I want to, my memory of Boris is that it is and was a beautiful soul,
Mhm.
a
Yeah.
beautiful soul, and giving up very much of his life to help other people.
Yes.
Okay.
Jerry is holding the one of the models that the R&D is messing around with. That's it. So I'm going to stop sharing screen now and we will do the tribute. So I can start the ball rolling. Okay, as I've said earlier, Dr. Boris Dragin is the most altruistic person I've ever come across. He cares for so many people. He cares for everyone. He's here, a very, very passionate life warrior who is so knowledgeable with everything up to date. And so he reads and research a lot about healing modalities. And he went to China to learn how to do acupuncture, and from a true, genuine master in China directly. And he becomes such a very awesome acupuncturist in Sweden. In fact, he's one of the most sought after alternative medicine doctor in Sweden. And so therefore he had long queues of patients waiting for him, and he will work throughout 24 hours non-stop sometimes, hardly ever any sleep, enough sleep for himself. Oh dear Boris, you know, we love you, but we wish you would have taken care of yourself more. Well, you know, I guess it's time, and well, there's always a timestamp on every one of us, right? It's just a matter of time. Well, it is indeed with a very heavy heart that you have gone and you've left us behind, and we miss you so very, very much. Right. And if you want to catch up with Boris' contribution to FESIG in a big way that can be archived in videos, please go to FESIG's BitChute channel. You will find Boris' teachings on how to make the CDS mother solution to get rid of all the parasites in our body. He's such a great teacher. He teaches us step by step how to make the CDS mother solution. And you can find that in our 110th meeting as well as the 109th meetings. Yeah, and he had spoken much earlier as well about his alternative medicine therapies and all that much earlier at FESIG's platform. So I have said my piece, and I would like to wish you, Boris, wherever you are right now, that you choose to be on the higher planes and in the heavenly realms. I wish you a smooth transition and all the happiness and joy that you would ever dream of, going home to where you came from, back to source. My heart is with you, and I feel your presence, and I know you are close by. Anytime we think of you, any one of us here missing you, you are here with us. It's just that we can't communicate with you yet. I know that you can. Thank you, Boris, for being who you are and for bringing so much joy and so much radiance and blessings to all of us here. Thank you, Boris. I love you, brother. Thank you. Now over to you, Henrik.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Boris was really a dear friend, and how we he really took care of everyone around him, especially New Year's Eve. He came home to me to help me on the New Year's Eve. He skipped his own New Year's Eve to help me part of. So that's how he was. He was helping.
Mm.
And yeah, he passed away much too soon, but I think he did what he came for, and I know he's very happy now, and he is on the way to new interesting projects. So, but I miss him daily. It's such a loss, but I know he's well now. So I hope to see him very soon
Yeah.
again. I'm looking forward. He was a dear friend.
Thank you, Henrik Bro. That is so beautiful. Over to you now, Jerry Johnson. Jerry, you have a special insight because you're psychic, clairvoyant, and Boris has been in touch with you. Do share with us, Boris.
I'm so glad I got to know Boris, because he gave love, knowledge, and technology from his heart all the time. And today at the funeral, when I was so sad, I got pictures of him playing a fiddle and dancing in the grass. So he didn't want us to be sorry. He wanted to see us again. And that's what it's all about. So rest now, Boris, and do the things you want for yourself. And we'll see you later.
Mhm.
Well said, Brother Jerry. Wow, so touched. Okay, over to you now, Britt Marie.
I'm grateful having met Boris. He was a great healer and a huge, great friend without any words. Whenever he helped you, and he had always time, actually, always, in one way or another, he always helped. So yes, I agree with Jerry. I was very connected to Boris today, and he was very joyful. He was like, a sunny day. The energy was just dancing in the air. He was dancing. And yes, of course, I cried a lot because my feelings and that I miss him, but I know it was his way. So thank you, Boris, for having known you and see you somehow, somewhere. Love you.
Oh, such a loving tribute. Thank you, Britt Marie, sister. Over to you now, Billy.
Yes, I'd just like to say my thoughts to all his friends and family. Horrible loss. And the one brief conversation I had with him, he helped me with my mother's treatment, and I believe was one of the major factors in helping her, and she's doing so much better this year than last year, and she's talking now, and I'm actually meeting with my naturopathic doctor in a couple weeks to discuss the CDS solution with my doctor to carry on his work and all the help he provided for people. So my thoughts again, and horrible situation, but that's all I have to say.
Oh, thank you, Billy. What a wonderful tribute. Yeah, that he had helped you on your mother's case as well. That's wonderful. Prayers, now it's your turn to pay your tribute to our
Thank
dear
you.
beloved Dr. Boris Dragin, our resident physician.
Thank you, Crystal. The FESIG team had the honor to meet Boris a while back, and we found him to be a wonderful, kind, and gentle man. Over the following months, we learned about his generosity and his devotion to healing. He will be missed greatly. We miss you, Boris.
Thank you, Prayers. That is so well put. Thank you so much indeed. And over to you now, Matthew Elliott, who got to
Hi.
have the opportunity to be with Boris. Yeah.
I had the privilege to meet Boris. Yeah. And yeah, as Fraz said, he's very kind, always wanting to help people. A catchphrase I always remember him saying, I used to make me chuckle, was, I have a solution. When people asked him told him about his problems, he always wanted to help people. And we should all aspire to be like Boris, help people. And I'm really, really sad today. But I want to celebrate Boris as well for his vast knowledge. He tried to teach me to learn languages, which I'm terrible at, I have to admit.
Yeah, he put me to shame. I'm Chinese, but I speak Mandarin as
he
fluently
could speak
as Boris.
how many languages? How many languages could Boris speak? I mean, so many. 6.
So many.
That's so impressive. He was so impressive person. And yeah, we went to his apartment in Gothenburg and spent some time, went out for Chinese. It was great. What a day. Yeah, so much love to Boris. I love Boris. And
love Boris. Right.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Matt. Right, I want to share screen so everybody could see the videos that we had done from Boris, with Boris teaching us how to do the CDS. So there you go. This is, if you go to our BitChute channel, here's Boris teaching. It's very important you learn from Boris from this video, the 109th meeting, the part 1, that he was actually teaching you step by step. You will know, you become an expert just by watching this video alone on how to make the CDS mother solution that gets rid of all the parasites in the body. Well, you know, if you're talking about the Hydra vulgaris and some of your family members took the jet, that he could help with this making of the CDS mother solution to drink every day, that would flush them out. And the other one is he was talking about how it's done and all that as well. So you know where to find the video. Well, I would like to say thank you so much, brothers and sisters who have gathered here with me today to pay your respects and read out your eulogy to Boris, who is such a very, very special radiant being of love and light here amongst us doing the work. And he's so altruistic. As I said, he would travel no matter how far just to help someone who is sick or ill, not well, and it doesn't matter what time of the day or night, 3 a.m. he will still be doing his healing sessions. There would be a long queue. One by one he will see until everyone's seen before he gets to go to sleep. And it's hardly, sometimes just 1 or 2 hours sleep. I witnessed that personally myself amongst our brothers and sisters here. So, dear Boris, as Jerry had said, he could see you, and Britt Marie as well, happily skipping about, joyfully jumping up and down. having a great time in heaven. Well, you know, we just want you to know that we love you and we miss you. And as Henrik said, we don't know when we will see you again, but I'm sure we will, as we are awakening fast with our opening of the third eye. I suppose we will be in communication soon. Thank you, Boris, for being you, for being with us by our side and helping every one of us out when we were in trouble. I remember when I was hospitalized, the first person I thought about calling was Boris to check with him whether I should do this or that. Thank you, Boris. You are such a wonderful being, and we all love you so much. Okay, so that being said, now this ends our memorial service, paying tribute to our dear beloved brother Boris Dragin, Dr. Boris Dragin. Thank you so much. Henrik,
Yep.
Mary and Britt-Marie and Billy, any last words to say before we end?
We want to thank you, Crystal, for doing this.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we love you, sister.
thank you. Billy, so this is recorded and it will be at FESIG's YouTube channel. Okay, thank you so much. Namaste, everyone. I know you're on a journey in the car. You drove all these miles to go to the three of you to attend the funeral service today, and now you stop the car halfway along the highway just to do this memorial service with me. I really thank you from my heart that you really are so passionate in helping with this memorial service for Boris. Thank you so much. Namaste. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.